What's going on, everyone? So, yesterday, the Los Angeles Lakers got the job done, and they did it without Anthony Davis. They ended up beating the Golden State Warriors in Golden State, which was a nice bounce back win. This was actually, so the Laker fan in me was like biting my nails, going crazy, right? Like, felt like, what is happening, right? The basketball fan in me, the basketball enthusiast, was loving that game. One, the LeBron James Steph Curry duel. Who knows how much longer we actually have with these two? Who knows how much longer and how many more matchups we're going to get to see over the years? Appreciate this while you have it. The Laker fan in me was like, I hate that guy, right? Like, Laker fan in me was just like, give this guy stop, please, for everything. Come on, Santa, you already took Anthony Davis. Can you not take this win from us too? But the battle was just this. I mean, all of the games, the Suns and Denver game was Phoenix pretty much controlled the game start to finish, but all the other games were like really good, really close, really competitive. Came down to the wire, could have went either way. I loved it. It was just a really good, fun, competitive day for basketball, and the Lakers ended up squeezing out the win, and that's what I love to see. It was just, again, such a great matchup. So much fun to watch. Just a really good basketball game, a real classic in the history books, which, again, I love. The basketball guy in me, it was just even thinking about it and kind of replaying it in my head. I'm just like, wow, what a great game. It's just the competitive nature. The Lakers look good. Multi-team effort. Austin Reeves really stepped up and was huge in that game. LeBron James did LeBron James things. Max Christie, Christian Coloco was huge in that game, right? Like, it was just a nice team effort. Didn't have D'Lo, didn't have AD. He only played 7 minutes and got hurt. Hopefully he'll be good. We'll see. The reports after were not great. He's day to day. I imagine we'll get some news later today about it. So hopefully that's been updated. But day to day was having trouble walking on the ankle. So don't be shocked if he ends up missing a game or two. Luckily, we got 3 days or 2 days now at the time you're watching this. But we don't play again until the 28th against Sacramento again. Play against the Kings again for the third time in like a week, which we are 3-0 currently on Sacramento. But without Anthony Davis, it's going to be really tough. So we could really use that, especially because our follow-up game, again, another 3 days later, is against the Cavs. But I also wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers actually rest AD, because then he'd get almost like a week off to kind of rest that ankle. But we'll see. Again, time will tell in that regard. But again, this was a great bounce back after a game against Detroit that was just, it was an embarrassment, right? Detroit bullied us. They bodied us. They got whatever they wanted. Their physicality, their athleticism was a real issue for us. Great bounce back game for Austin Reeves from basically just being atrocious and in many ways costing us that game to, coming back and helping us really close out and hitting the game winner. Although I didn't really like that 3-point shot selection. He pulled a LeBron James there, where we've talked about, LeBron shot selection at times. But this team has just they've been better as of late, right? They still have won 4 out of the last 6 games, or you can even argue 4 out of the last 5, because they won the Grizzlies, the 2 Kings games, lost to Detroit but beat the Warriors. And if I had to choose a game that the Lakers that I wanted to win between Detroit and the Warriors, it would have been the Warriors game against the Warriors, one Western Conference team that we're battling out in the standings against, and 2, Christmas Day, LeBron and Steph, all of that. I just think that game is more impactful. That game is more memorable. And I think that's something that we can really kind of hang our hats on. But as far as the Lakers go, they are currently back into the 6th seed, which is good. It's what you like to see. They are tied in a 3-way tie with the Clippers and the Nuggets. And that's primarily because Denver has played 2 fewer games than the Lakers and the Clippers. Lakers are 17-13. Clippers are 17-13. But all 3 are 7 games back. But again, Lakers are only a game and a half behind from falling to the 10th seed. I mean, they're only 2 games back of being out of the play-in entirely. So they can't afford to mess around. You can't afford to fumble this and lose going forward. You got to beat Sacramento. Cleveland would be ideal. Cleveland is one of the better teams in the NBA. They are number one in the Eastern Conference, having only lost 4 games. But look, you got to get the job done. You got to figure it out. Right? You got to stay afloat. Obviously, we still need a trade. Like, doesn't change the trade, or oh no, Lakers are good now. No, we still nothing's changed. But I've talked about the more you can stay afloat, the more you can kind of stay in the thick of it. Lakers being 2 games back of the 4 seed, 3 games back of really the 2 seed. They're 3.5 games back of the 2 seed. So they are right in the mix. They're right in the thick of it. I mean, pretty much every team in the Western Conference is, right? Every team in the Western Conference. I mean, Western Conference is just a gauntlet, right? It's a juggernaut. And I mean, you have literally 10 teams over 500 where the Pacers and the Hawks right now are the 7th seed, and they're both at 500. So they only have 6 teams over 500, and Miami's only 1 game over 500. So, you kind of look at the East and the West, it's literally double. The Spurs are the 11th seed, and they're at 500 at 15 and 15. So, the Western Conference is not going to be easy. It's not going to get easier. This was a great win. A lot of momentum, a lot of hype, a lot of excitement, a lot of chatter, obviously, the LeBron-Steph rivalry, which isn't even really a rivalry anymore. I mean, these guys are best friends now. It went from these two playing into the roles of hating each other to now they're besties and stuff, and doing their nails together and stuff. It's it's wild. But again, it still was a very competitive game. Steph Curry's still Steph Curry, and unbelievable and ridiculous and a cheat code and just very frustrating. LeBron James is still LeBron James. But now it does feel like we are approaching an end of an era here. And it'd be nice that the Lakers can at least feel like they have a chance. Right? That's the problem. As good as the Lakers have been recently, do any of us really think that do they have a chance? Sure. You got LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You get into the playoffs. You get the right matchups. There's no juggernaut. I've talked about this before. There's no juggernaut. There's no Warriors with Kevin Durant. Every team, especially the Western Conference, is beatable. Right? Even the Thunder, I think the Lakers match up well against and stuff. Right? There's no team that I look at and go, there's no way the Lakers can beat that team outside of maybe Denver, but that's more of just a mental issue rather than just pure skill issue. So I do think that the Lakers have a chance, but it's not a confident one, right? Does anyone really feel confident that the Lakers will win the championship this year or go on a deep playoff run? Right? I've said I think the Lakers would be a top 5 seed at worst. I thought they would be, a legit playoff team. I thought that they would be, a good basketball team, but I didn't think that they'd win a championship. I still don't think that they would win a championship. I think that they need a couple guys, but like I said, I don't think that they're that far. Right? I think if you get 3 kind of just mid-tier guys, I think the Lakers will be right there in the conversation. But even then, don't underestimate, and I've said this before, don't underestimate the value of 1 or 2 guys. Right, this is basketball. This is the NBA. You upgrade 1 starting spot, right? Changes everything. It has the potential to change it. I mean, did anyone think that Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington was going to be the thing that took Dallas to the NBA Finals? No. Right? I mean, they went from a team that was wait a minute, are they going to miss the play-in again to them being in the NBA Finals off of 2 guys. Why? Because those 2 pieces were huge for them and impacted, and it changed things, right? They got a clear upgrade in the starting unit and were able to get a quality bench piece that was able to come in and take some pressure off of Derek Lively and stuff like that, right? It changed things. Same thing can happen for the Lakers. Lakers go get 1 or 2 guys. It changes things, especially if it's in the starting unit, right? Or even just a backup guy. If they could get a key starting piece and then a backup piece, right? It changes a lot. And then also if you can clear a roster spot and maybe bring in, an athletic guard or something like that, Markelle Fultz, Dennis Smith Jr., something like that, right? Again, it can change things, right? But I think if they want to be a clear-cut contender, this team definitely can win a championship, I think realistically they need to probably get 3 guys and then, like I said, bring in one of these athletic guards. If they can get even like the Wizards trade is as high as not high as people are on it, right? With Jonas Valanciunas, Kyle Kuzma, and Malcolm Brogdon, you solve your solve your 3-and-D wing, you solve your point of attack guard, and you solve your backup center. Bring in, like I said, a Markelle Fultz, Dennis Smith Jr., something like that. You got some athleticism and point of attack at the guard position, right? Lakers would be better, right? Like Kyle Kuzma is better than everyone else, not names LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And if you want to argue Austin Reeves, fine. Or Austin Reeves. Okay, so then he would be our 4th best player, right? Like, that's an upgrade. Same thing with Malcolm Brogdon, right? Like, again, he'd be better than everybody outside of, like, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Again, you could argue he's our 4th best player. Like, those are upgrades. Those are clear upgrades. Now, are they upgrades enough to win a championship? I don't know, right? Again, don't underestimate chemistry and, team and all that. So, we'll see. Time will tell. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Hey, Phil, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with my points? Disagree with my points? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.